Some marriages don't survive because of love. They survive because of hope. Hope that the good version will come back. Hope that the apology is real. Hope that the warmth will stay this time. But what if that warmth was never random? What if it was part of the design? Architects. Today we expose the psychology of intermittent affection, the mechanism behind trauma bonding, the reason some people defend the very person breaking them. If this breakdown gave you clarity, subscribe, like, share with someone who needs awareness. Comment below. Have you ever mistaken chaos for chemistry? Then this video is for you. Let's begin. In our last breakdown, we explored emotional addiction in marriage. We saw how unpredictable love rewires the nervous system. Withdrawal creates panic. Reconnection creates relief. The cycle creates dependency. But addiction doesn't start by accident. It is strengthened by something more precise: intermittent affection, random warmth, unpredictable validation. Because when affection becomes scarce, it becomes powerful, and when relief becomes unpredictable, it becomes addictive. First, let's define intermittent affection. Intermittent affection is the strategic or unconscious pattern of giving love inconsistently. Not absent, not constant, but unpredictable. Examples in marriage: 1 week, romantic, attentive, loving. Next week, cold, distant, emotionally unavailable. Argument arrow silence. Silence to apology. Apology to passion. Passion to distance again. The brain doesn't attach to stability, it attaches to uncertainty. Why? Because unpredictable rewards create stronger attachment than consistent ones. This is called variable reinforcement. It is the same mechanism behind gambling addiction. You don't know when the reward is coming, so you keep playing. In marriage, the reward is affection. Section 2. How trauma bonds are formed. A trauma bond forms when pain and comfort come from the same source. Cycle: emotional harm, withdrawal or tension, reconciliation. Intense affection, temporary peace, repeat. The victim begins to associate. Pain leads to love. Conflict leads to closeness. And unconsciously, the nervous system adapts. In some African marriages, this dynamic is reinforced by marriage has ups and downs. At least he comes back home. At least she apologizes. But intensity after pain is not healing, it is reinforcement. African cultural layers. Intermittent affection hides easily in African marriage structures because public image is prioritized, divorce is stigmatized, endurance is praised, silence is normalized. A wife may experience public praise, private neglect. A husband may experience public respect, private emotional withdrawal. And because the good moments are visible, the bad moments are doubted. This deepens the bond. Because now the victim questions their own perception. And when the affection returns, it feels like proof that things are not that bad. That relief strengthens attachment. Section 4. Signs you are in a trauma bond. Architects, observe carefully. You may be trauma bonded if you defend them when others express concern. You minimize the pain because of the good moments. You feel anxiety during peace. You feel euphoria after reconciliation. You believe nobody understands our connection. You blame yourself for their emotional shifts. The most dangerous sign? You confuse intensity with intimacy. Real intimacy is calm. Trauma bonding is chaotic. Section 5. Why leaving feels impossible. People in trauma bonds often say, "I know it's not healthy, but I love them. He was never like this. I know he will change. If I leave, what will people think of me? Where will I start from? I have given so much to let go now." But what they feel is not just love. It's chemical reinforcement. Dopamine spikes during reconciliation. Cortisol spikes during conflict. The nervous system becomes dysregulated. Calm feels unfamiliar. Chaos feels normal. And in African communities, additional pressure adds weight. Family expectations, religious endurance messages, financial entanglement, children. So the bond tightens, not because the love is strong, but because the system is layered. Section 6. Breaking the trauma bond. Breaking a trauma bond is not emotional, it is neurological. Steps. Recognize the pattern. Stop romanticizing the highs. Journal the full cycle, not just the good parts. Create external emotional regulation sources. Rebuild identity separate from the spouse. Reduce isolation. You must teach your nervous system that stability is safe. That calm is not boredom. That consistency is not weakness. Love is predictable. Manipulation is unpredictable. But trauma bonding often survives because of something even more structural: money, control of resources, dependency architecture. In the next breakdown, we expose financial control and dependency in marriage. Because emotional chains are powerful, but financial chains are strategic. Architects? Not every marriage is toxic. Not every conflict is manipulation. But when affection is unpredictable and pain is followed by reward, be observant. Because trauma bonds don't feel like traps. They feel like passion. If you haven't watched the part 1 to 4, link is in the description. Stay observant. Stay deliberate. I'll see you in the next breakdown. Bye.